So this is my first paycheck breakdown for the month of January for this year. So I had 84 hours, and after my base pay, which didn't include the differential, I got $1,121. Now, going to change quite a few things going forward for this year. So for property taxes, it's $450 are due for the month. I went ahead and set aside $225 for half of it. My Big America bill was due on the 11th. I'd previously, back in December, paid $300 and $550 was due as a minimum. So I had $250 left of that I needed to pay. So $250. So I have $646 left. I went ahead and put aside $120 for house insurance for January. And as you can tell, I try to put when the due dates are for this. These are all February. And these two, car insurance and internet, they always come out the same day every month, so I know when they're due and I know what the amounts are. However, the heat and electric, that fluctuates, and I don't know how much it's going to be. And actually, they have even taken out the money out for this month's bill. So, and I've had a couple of issues where, not so much when I pay ahead of time for like the credit cards, because those are bigger. But what I'm finding out, if I do a month or more than a month ahead of my bills, I'm finding I'm getting really confused for myself, like for like the electric and heat and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, was this coming out for this month, or was that last month, or which one, And then I'm like, well, I had extra money. Is the bill missing that hasn't went through? So to make it easier, I'm not going to do a month ahead for the other basic bills. Now, what I do is every time there's a paycheck coming up, I check the dates of the next paychecks and see when my bills are normally due to see which ones are going to be coming out. Now, last year there was about, I think, 2 times or something like that where I got paid anywhere from, day or 2 to like 4 days, or I think one time it was even longer than that, of where I got paid and like most of my bills had went out, like on one paycheck, and I didn't get paid enough in time to pay them, so I had to take it out of savings, and then redo it that way, which is fine. I'm just gonna have to make sure to do like I normally do and check to say, hey, next month these are all gonna be, I'm gonna get paid before these bills and stuff like that. So I'll just have to make extra careful of that. But I think it will be easier for me to do that. So I have $526 of books and crafts, which I knew I was going to have extra. So I went ahead and did that. And that includes, one of the reasons why this is so high is because I am making, again, stuff for the holidays for this year. And I knew I didn't have enough supplies. I have some left over from this past year's stuff that I've done. So I just went ahead and bought more because I figured, number one, the prices might be going up, and number two, some of the items, at least some of the companies are no longer here and stuff like that. So, or hadn't been. So I just wanted to double check to make sure I had enough. So I did buy more. So I have $409 left. And I have car registration is $231, which that did go down. It used to be $300, so I was happy about that. So that went down. So I have $178 left. Now, I believe there is an event this weekend that one of the nieces, nephews are in. I don't know if you have to pay for it. Some of them you do, some of them you don't. And I know some of them have, I think, a couple of things this month. So I'm going to go ahead and put aside $50 of that. Now, that hopefully includes, like, if we have to stop somewhere and eat. Sometimes we go with other people, we don't eat. Other times, I don't think we will, and we do. So, and sometimes the stuff lasts longer. Sometimes they're like half days. So you're gonna get hungry. So $50 for that. Hopefully it won't be all that. If it's not, I will just go ahead and put whatever I have left over into my advent calendar. But if by chance I do use all of it, I have $128 left. $8 then will go to the advent calendar. So, like I said, hopefully whatever I have left from this will be the one that goes. So, this is fine. I'll have that $128 left over because February will be a bad month for a variety of different reasons. I have several days I always take off every year for that month. And it all goes into, those dates are all usually on one paycheck. So then I'm getting, I'll get my base pay. I'm not getting the differential, which you may think, oh, it can't be that much. Well, it adds up because I think the amount of days I'm taking off, the differential will add up to one whole day's paycheck, or maybe not quite. Maybe it's half a day, something like that. Which, it adds up. It's a shorter month, just by a few days, but then you still have your bills and stuff like that. And then I usually do spend more money in February. But yeah, so having that extra money will be good. I am going to change a couple of different things that I'm going to do this year that I've already decided. I think I'll actually mention them in my next video. When I do the end of month for my no spend challenge as what I'm going to do. So, hope everyone's doing all right. Stay safe, stay warm, and have a good day, everyone.